Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and today's video is 5 things we learned from Manchester United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 6. It's my post-match reaction / 5 things we learned from the game. I've just got to say, we played shit. Maguire, Pogba, they were probably the 2 worst performers for me, and they're meant to be 27. Was not a captain's performance for Maguire. It's embarrassing. VAR is a joke. And it's just a disgrace, and it sends a message that we need to sign some players, and it sends a message that our defence is shit. Now I'm going to get into my 5 points, 5 things that we learned from this video, and as you can guess, they're all going to basically be negative. So to add some positivity to this video, please just hit that like button for me, because I don't really want to be making this video. Like, I've actually lost the energy to be angry. I'm just so annoyed and embarrassed. And just subscribe if you want the Glazers out our club. You want the Glazers out our club, you got to subscribe. Now, let's get into the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about, and my first thinking point, I'm going to link a little bit, is VAR ruined the game. VAR ruined the game. Now, we were losing 2-1 at point of the red card, okay? And, you know, Tottenham could have still won the game, but we were 2-1 down. Bruno put a brilliant ball into Rashford at the post. Greenwood narrowly missed. We were knocking on that Spurs door to make it 2-2. Then we lost concentration for a second, which was the defence, which I'm going to get into in my second point. And then Lamela goes like this to Martial. Martial does that back. He was literally like, and Lamela goes down. Lamela diving, piece of shit, let's be honest, cheat. And Martial gets sent off for it. And I am absolutely disgraced that Martial gets sent off for it, because it ruined the game. It ruined my weekend, not just the game. That was never a red card. Martin Atkinson is the shittest ref I've ever seen. Is it Martin Atkinson? I think that's his name. He was the one that did the stupid FA Cup final where Chelsea basically got robbed. And if that is a red card on Martial, then it's a red card on Lamela. I don't think it was a red card at all. It was that. You know, it's just football. Can you not do that? Like, it's not... They're not 12-year-old girls. Oh, just... absolutely exhausting. I don't know why that's a red card, and I don't know why. VAR is there for a reason. VAR is there for a fucking reason. And what do they do? Nothing. You either send them both off, or you don't send them off at all. And I don't think none of them should have been sent off, but I think Lamela diving, and he gets away with it. And I have to say, either the person in VAR is blind, is corrupt, or as some people are saying, he's bloody racist at this rate. I don't even know. I don't want to comment on it. But what I do have to say is VAR ruined the game. Now, I'm not going to say that we won the game. If we might have still lost, you know, even if that VAR decision didn't happen, because Tottenham were knocking on our door and we were poor today. Let's not take that away from the performance. We were rubbish today, but VAR completely changed the game, which is going to bring me into my second point. Maguire cannot be captain. It was not only a disgraceful performance from Maguire tonight, but it was disgraceful captaincy. Yes, we lost a player, but we lost our heads. Okay, Martial's an important player. We lost a player. But the way we fell after Martial got sent off was a disgrace. And Maguire's meant to be our captain. He's meant to be organising us, leading us. There was no leadership today from Maguire. The only person that actually looked like they were trying and giving some leadership was Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes was the only leader on that pitch in the first half. He was the only one showing passion. He was the only one trying. And he got bloody subbed off. Maguire needs his captaincy stripped. He was not only shocking today with the mistakes. The first goal, all Maguire's fault. The second goal, Maguire's fault. You know, we were 1-0 up. 5 minutes later, we're 2-1 down because of 2 Maguire mistakes. And then, when fucking Martial gets sent off for literally no reason whatsoever, the most unfair sending off in probably football history at this rate, one of the most unfair sending off, Maguire doesn't show any captaincy, any leadership, and he lets the team crumble. Now, it was going to be pretty hard to go back from 2-1 down with 10 men, but that's why you have leaders and captains in the team, and the only leader I saw on the team was Bruno Fernandes. He was the only player playing for the shirt in the first half, giving it his all. Which brings me to my third point. The defence let us down. The defence once again let us down today. Now, I'm talking about the opening 10 minutes. We go 1-0 up. We go 1-0 up against the Jose Mourinho Spurs that like to sit back. We open the gate. They have to change the way they play in the opening 30 seconds. We go 1-0 up. It all looks good, and we're looking good going forward. But we're just catastrophic at the back. We were awful at the back. We were just rubbish. Maguire was rubbish. You know what? Bailly for the first 2 goals, he had nothing to do with it. Wan-Bissaka, again, just out of position. Luke Shaw had a poor game today. But the main man, Harry Maguire, who's meant to be captain of this club, makes those 2 mistakes that take it from 1-0 up to 2-1 down. We were 1-0 up 30 seconds in, we had that penalty. 30 seconds in. And we couldn't hold it for even 5 minutes. And we had the game in our hands right from the start because of that penalty, that well-worked penalty from Bruno Fernandes and Martial. And we let that go. And it just shows again, in our last few 5 things we learnt video, what have I been saying? The defence has let us down, because the defence has absolutely let us down again. We conceded 6 goals today. We should have conceded about 5 goals against Brighton. We could have conceded about 5 goals against Crystal Palace. Our defence is not good enough. I'm at the point where I'm like, do we just keep Chris Smalling and sign Jadon Sancho? I'm at the point where I'm like, do we play Lindelof and Bailly? Do we play Teden Mengi and Tuanzebe? I generally think Maguire needs to be dropped as captaincy and dropped as a player. He's not been the same this season. He wasn't very good at the end of last season, and he's meant to be our captain. So I think Maguire needs to be dropped. I think that Martial red card needs to be reviewed, because he's going to miss our next 3 games, which are like Newcastle, PSG and Arsenal. They're 3 big games. So that's my thing. And the 4th thing I want to talk about is Ollies Subs. Now, why the hell did Bruno Fernandes come off at half-time? He was the only player giving fight. He's the only true leader in that team. If anything, you take Pogba off, okay? Why did Bruno Fernandes come off? I'm hearing apparently Bruno Fernandes got angry in the change room and Ollie subbed him off because of it. If Ollie subbed Bruno off because of that, I'm disgraced with Ollie. And I've been saying, you know, let's not blame Ollie for this. The players have let him down. But that sub taking Bruno Fernandes off is in Ollie's hands. And I thought the subs today were poor. If it turns out Bruno Fernandes got a hamstring knock and he took him off, fine. But Bruno Fernandes should not have been taken off because he was the only player given it. You know, if Bruno Fernandes was the only hope, look how bad we were going forward in the second half. What the fuck did we do in the second half with the ball? There was no one up there, but there was no Bruno Fernandes driving it up the pitch. So I don't know why he subbed Bruno Fernandes off. I think Pogba should have been subbed off. Mcguire needs to be dropped. And we need some signings. And the 5th and final point it brings me to is the Glazers and Woodward have got to spend money. You can't let Man United sit there getting beat 6-1 by Jose Mourinho Spurs. Jose Mourinho, the manager, who was our ex-manager, 6-1 to Spurs at home. Defensively, awful today. The red card completely changed the game. I know if it wasn't for the red card, it would have not been this bad. We could have won maybe, but we were still awful today. The red card was unfair, but let's not let that distract us from the performance. But Jose Mourinho's Tottenham beat 6-1 at home. I see Ed Woodward on his phone. You better be organising Sancho to come in. Maybe keep Smalling, because I think any club that loses 6-1 at home, a top club like Manchester United, needs to take a look at themselves and be like, we need signings. Because we do need signings. We do need Jadon Sancho. Thank God Alex Telles is coming out. Thank God. That's a positive today. But we need a centre-back. Mcguire is an £80 million flop. I said last season, at the end of last season, oh, Maguire's a decent player. He's not worth 80 million, but he's not a flop because he's not bad. Right now, Maguire is an £80 million flop. Bruno Fernandes should be our captain. VAR ruined the game. We need to get that VAR review, because what is the point of VAR if they're not going to send Lamela off? They can see that video again and again and again and not think, oh, ref, you've got to send off Lamela as well. That referee shouldn't ref again. After the FA Cup final, after this game, the ref was a disgrace. Luke Shaw could have been sent off and he doesn't see that as a red, but then he sees this as a red from Martial. I'm fuming, I'm annoyed, I'm angry and embarrassed. The performance was shit, but VAR ruined the game. So that is my 5 things we learned versus Tottenham. Glazers, spend some money. Just hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.